Turtle Club. What are we? It's been a while, right? Oh gosh. Okay. So all of the housekeeping, right? Oh my goodness. As we can tell right now, there's no Rusty. There's not a wonderful little corgi to pet. And we want to discuss that a little bit. Rusty got a little sick, and let's see, what are we doing here? We need to go to the one place to get the one thing for the Poketac. So we talked a little bit about it in the Discord, right? And some people are visual people; they read things and they get it. Some people are auditory people; they hear things and they get it. And I happen to be one of those people that I'm a very visual person, and I'm also very much impacted by shiny squirrel syndrome. And I think, one second, Turtle Club, we have some shiny squirrel syndrome going on right here. Tangle of cords because we had some stuff fall down. We're looking to play some games with Odin and his kids, Loki and Thor, and really need to think of that other one. I think Haldir, right? That's another one of the Pantheon, and but or Baldir, right? Baldir. But I digress from all that. So Rusty, right? Rusty's amazing. We love Rusty to death. And one thing with shiny squirrel syndrome is sometimes you have things you should be doing, and you should be doing it pretty good, and you think you're doing it pretty good, and come to find out, whoops, you're not doing as good as you thought you were. And in this case, unfortunately, Rusty is the one who's having to deal with the fact that his daddy's got shiny squirrel syndrome, and he was left in charge while his mommy was gone. And so, blah blah blah. New Poketech app, Memo Pad. We're about to get a lot of Poketech apps from me. Yes, yes. Anything else? Yes. Marking map. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, well, we'll boot the company, blah, 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 okay. So shiny squirrel syndrome. Worse than what it could be. Now, YouTube, I have bitrate higher than what you're saying I have, according to, oh my gosh. YouTube, get your stuff together. So, one of the things that when you have a dog, you have to make sure that you are careful and mindful of their stomach, because they have sensitive stomachs. And in this case, oh neat, okay. In this case, you know, you're supposed to basically make sure their diet's consistent, make sure their diet's regular, and as long as there is we're good, we don't need those. But the way you do that is you feed them the same thing day in, day out. And if you ever need to change the diet of a dog, what you do is you take 100% of the dog food that you're feeding them, and you scale that back to like 75%. After you scale that to 75%, the next thing you do is you add 25% of the new food. And you feed that dog the two combined foods, making the remainder 25% of the other food. Okay, here's the other PC. Alright, so that's not where we get these apps apparently. So basically, day one, right, you have a blend of 100% of the old food. Day two, you have a blend of 75% of the old food and 25% of the new food. Day two, you have 50-50. Now, keep in mind, day one, you're supposed to keep with the dog and make sure the dog is okay. And day 2, you're supposed to do the same thing. And if at any point, the dog doesn't act to be okay, you know that there's something wrong with the food, something that the dog doesn't like. His flora and fauna in his gut don't deal with the food well. Actually, we need to fly one more down, right? No, actually, there should be a Pokemon. The Pokemon Lab's here, right? Okay. And so, day 3, you go back to a 75-25% blend, but this time it's in favor of the new food. Alright. Okay. Yes, I have. Yes. I need this tracking app. And they told me that I was supposed to get this tracking app. So Pokédex. Maybe where are you at? Habitat unknown, okay. That doesn't do any good. How about you? Also habitat unknown. Something's supposed to help me track these, right? Okay, well, alright, so we got some more Pokemon I gotta figure out. There's 2 more here. Right? You said we saw 148, so there's something we haven't seen yet. So, all that to... Okay, so we need to get a Finneon, and we need to evolve it. Alright, that's... Where are we looking for? Where are we looking for? Oh, just where the water is. Okay. And does it tell me what rod we're supposed to use? No. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So it's supposed to be some kind of rod. Alright. So we need to go to our bag. We need to look for the rod that looks like the rod, right? That looks like the old rod. Not the good rod, right? Because it was square with sticks. Yeah, square with sticks. Okay. Alright, so we'll go get us Finneon. So the thing with... Hey, Shadow! Thanks for coming in, Supreme Lurker. So the thing with dogs and dog food, right, is if you don't follow that... What? Do balls just kind of respawn, or I just never bothered to come all the way down here? That either one's possible, I guess. Oh, wait a second. Map. I can swim through here and go find things, right? Neat. And we want to use repel because, ugh. So the thing with dog food, right, is if you don't do that, there's 2 things that really can happen. And the first one doesn't happen often, according to all the guides and everything. But the first one that happens is that nothing. And that's the rare thing that occurs. You feed the dog something new, you don't make sure that it's able to eat it, nothing happens. The other thing that happens if you feed the dog new food, it upsets their stomach, and that can present in a number of ways. Same way it presents for humans when we eat something that we don't really agree with, right? Oh, this will work. Oh, we need a Pokemon Center, like, mega bad. Okay. Wrap it around, go back. But so all that to say, right, that if you feed the dog something that the dog shouldn't be eating, the dog may not come out of that in a good way. And that does happen a lot more than the dog just being fine. Now, that is like if that's all the dog's eating, or mostly what the dog's eating. Now, This is really important to what's going on here with our little blank camera, guys. So, if you are feeding a canine food and that canine is eating other things, then for the most part you'll generally be okay. Alright, so we need to go here. We really need to go find like the bestest repel ever, because we're going to be doing some stuff. And generally speaking, the way Rusty eats, until he got a little sick, right? But we were feeding him because he was on a weight regulated diet, and so you get a quarter scoop of his kibble in the morning, and then he would get a quarter scoop of his kibble in the afternoon, and then you get a quarter scoop in the evening. And that worked really well for him. And the quarter scoop in the evening he also would have with some wet food. So 3 servings of dry food, 1 serving of wet food. All in all, it come out to just shy of like 400 calories. And then he also would have some training treats that would supplement that, which we would factor into his caloric intake. Where is your max repel? Thank you. And we'll do... I don't think we'll use more than... Oh, come on. 20. We probably won't use more than 20 this stream. Alright. And he also has a hip supplement and a dental stick that he would do. And basically his treat content and his supplement content were about a combined total of 20% of his caloric intake. So, what had happened, which has caused this guest star of ours to not be on camera right now, is I was keeping tabs of his normal wet food. I thought I was. That's the important part. And so, you know, we try to make sure that we have food for him, and his wet food comes in to where 1 serving per day, 1 little cup per day that we feed him. And lo and behold, we're looking for max repel, which we had plenty of. My goodness. Okay. So, and the food we was buying him came in cartons of 12, and we would rebuy a new carton, or 2 cartons, or 3 cartons, depending upon what we were able to get a hold of. In general, when his actual content of the number of cups he had left would drop down to about 6 or so. And I was of the understanding, for some reason, that we had an entire carton still. Oh. So I thought we had, you know, when we got to 6, my brain was like, okay, well, that's 6, but that's fine, because that's actually 6 plus a carton. And so we went to 0. And I went to go get the other carton of food, and lo and behold, I was incorrect. We didn't have the other carton of food. So that was an issue to begin with. And we do the wet food because it kind of helps keep them regulated, helps them process through foods, and it gives them a nice little kind of bump in fat content toward the end of the food eating period. But he's up all the time from a cycle, because I'm up at the night and Digrat's up during the day. And what I should have done, what we should have done, is we should have just simply been, okay, sorry Rusty, currently at this point you are out of food, and that's unfortunate, but you're just out of wet food. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to give you dry food, and um, we're going to get your wet food replaced with the proper food. But what had happened is I went to the store to purchase some, and they didn't have any wet food of his brand and his flavor. Now, food comes in flavors, right? It's just like, you know, when you get pizza, you got pepperoni pizza and sausage pizza and all that kind of stuff. Dog food's kind of the same way. Alright, so this guy, we should be able to fish here. This button. Oh, that's the wrong wheel. Pull it back. Bag. Over here, old rod. Grab, register, bam. But I was in that mode where my brain's like, this dog needs to have this wet food. And so, we went to the store and his flavor wasn't there, but his brand was. It's kind of like on my brain, if I go to the Walmart and I'm looking for a Totino's pizza, and I'm looking for a Totino's cheese pizza, and they don't have a cheese pizza, but they have a pepperoni pizza, my brain's like, well, I can eat pepperoni, and we can be fine with pepperoni. And instead of cheese, encountered a wild Magikarp. Go, Breloom. How big a Magikarp are you? Big enough to run from. But dogs aren't people, right? No matter how much Digrat and I go, oh my gosh, Rusty's our fur baby and we love him to death, he is a dog. And sometimes we forget that the dog is a dog. And while the dog is a living creature, it's not living like you and I. And so I went, and they didn't have his standard flavors of dog food. They had other flavors of dog food from his brand, though, and it was very similar caloric content wise, and it was very similar from an ingredient standpoint. And I just thought to myself, hey, this will work, and he'll still be able to eat, and he won't give me that look of like, why is my daddy starving me? And we'll be able to feed him. And so unfortunately, that's where I messed up. I got him a flavor of dog food that we hadn't introduced into his diet, and we weren't rotating into his diet properly. And unfortunately, my brain deadness, my squirrel brain, it was like, okay, alright, so we need to get a nibble somewhere. And so I went from flavor A to flavor B. He ate it, he enjoyed it, and then he started acting sick. Now, that's a subset of a whole other thing. Right now, there is a illness that's affecting dogs, and it presents much like a cold. And it's currently proven to be very resistant to antibiotics. It's proven to be very much like pneumonia, and certain aspects of what Rusty was doing were in a small subset of the symptoms. Thankfully, he wasn't exhibiting everything, because we were able to rule out that being a possibility pretty quickly, but it did mean that I messed up and I fed him the wrong food. And having fed him the wrong food... Okay, what route are we on? And... BDSP... Finian... let's just pull up Route 205. We need the good rod, it says. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Alright, run. So, yeah, we got him the wrong food. No, we just discovered that was the wrong thing. Alright. And unfortunately, he's not been feeling good because, well, I blew his stomach up, basically. So that, you know, and he's had some times where he's eaten something that didn't quite agree with him, and he's bounced back from it pretty quickly. This was not one of those cases. And to be clear, in the past, hey, yes, there we go. There's a wild Finian. Let's use Master Ball Jr. and get this thing. So, in the past, he's gotten a hold of like a bug, or he's gotten a hold of a thing that has been dropped upon the floor that, you know, and he passes it through, and he's good. Not great, but good. No, but we do want to add this to our party. I don't know. Let's just swap it with slacking. And so, you know, usually, like I said, he gets a hold of something he shouldn't have. In a few seconds, he's good, and we're fine. It didn't dawn on me that instead of getting chicken or beef, he was getting lamb or pork in his wet food. And so, lo and behold, things went a little south for the guy. And a couple of days, he got the wrong food. And we generally rotate food A, food B, food A, food B. So usually it's chicken one day, beef the next day, chicken the next day, beef the day after that. And so I went lamb, pork. So lamb he got upset with, pork he got upset with, and then it just was like, okay, Metacham. We'll keep the current Pokemon. And I just bullet seeded. And so the that was amazing. And so yeah, the problem with that. Oh hey Bubba, we're just talking about you. We're just talking about you. So when you mess up a dog's, yeah, I know, buddy. Come on. I know you're not liking life. Life is not fine for you right now. So one of the things that happens when you wind up doing this with dogs is you gotta basically reset their whole stomach. Not an easy thing to do, and not a graceful thing to do. Speaking of being graceful and things that aren't necessarily graceful, we're about to see if we can pick him up. He's been really jerky and hateful because a lot of things have not been going the way he'd like them to go. Actually, we also need to see his. Thank you for helping Daddy get his controller. But so the thing that happens is, you know, you have to reset their guts. And the way you reset their guts is... Oh, level 31. Great googly mooglies. That's a lot of levels. Alright, Bubba. Come here. Yeah, come here. Yeah, come here. Yeah, you wanna go up? You wanna go up? Up? Yeah, come here. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Ready? And big scoop. Okay. Alright, let's see. Can Daddy play Pokemon while holding you? Maybe. Yeah, look at that. That's called a Badoo for a Bi-Barrel or something, Bubba. Oh, that's a whole little loop. Okay. So, while this little dude here was not feeling good at all, we had to we had to sadly add to it. And the way that happens is you reset their gut, and the way you reset their gut is you make sure their gut's empty. Kind of how, like, if we have certain procedures done on us medically, that we have to make sure that we've not eaten or drunk anything that could have been considered bad for us. Can we fish in this water? We sure can. Let's see if we can catch like a Finian. It'd be great if we could. Oh, it's a Remoraid. Maybe it's a bigger Remoraid though, so we can actually clock some better experience points. Bum bum bum. It's slightly bigger. It's not giant. But yeah, so the thing that we run into, right, is... Oh, are we done? Are we done? Do we want down? Okay. Okay, 1 second. Alright. We'll take you down, buddy. You ready? Alright, let's go down. Let's go down. Alright, okay. Yeah. Alright. I know. You're 3/4 keys in the trench coat. There you go. There you go. There you go, Bubba. So the way you reset is you stop feeding them. And if you got a big dog, that means that no food for like 24 hours. If you got a small dog, it's no food for far less. We presume that Rusty, for the sake of this, counts as a small dog. He counts as a medium dog in some places, and he counts as a small dog in other places, and it just really is difficult with a corgi. So we did stop feeding him for 12 hours. He didn't have any food, and then afterwards he got the dog equivalent of porridge, which is boiled rice and chicken, and the mixture is a 2-to-1 mixture, and you're supposed to feed him just a little bit of that, a couple of tablespoons. And he's supposed to get that several times. What's wrong with it? Throughout a day. So, and you're supposed to basically make sure that you just get the assembly line going, right? To where food goes in one side and food comes out the other side, and the food coming out the other side doesn't look bad. That's a weird thing to say, right? The food coming out the other side doesn't look bad, but we did that, and we've done that for a couple of days, and it was getting a little bit better, but not really better. And the one thing that you're supposed to add at that time to the mix to kind of help a little better is pureed pumpkin. Now, if any of you out there have pets and have never heard of the magic of pureed pumpkin, you need to calm thyself. No. We'll just swim around here. See what we can find. Actually, we might just go down here, go into this cave, and see what we can beat up in this cave, because we're just trying to level up this Finian at this point. Yeah. Actually, that's the other thing we need to do. BDSP Pokemon Tracker. How do we get it? Yeah, I know, buddy. All Poketag apps. Calculator, party, checker, nursery tracker, history, marking map, coin toss counter, dot artist, spinner, chain counter, timer, color changer. Oh, neat. Handy dandy Pokehopper. No? Okay. Okay, so it is the map marker app. Okay. Wow. All right. So back to why he's really angry with us. is one of the things that... Oh. So we need to go there. Alright. So, yeah. So one of the things that has made him considerably angry with us is the fact that in order to get him healthier, we've had to stop feeding him the food that he really enjoys. And we had to stop feeding him his treats. And right now he's getting rice and chicken and pumpkin puree, and these are all things that are healthy for him. Alright, and all we're going to do right now is we're going to just fly to these two towns until Mesprit winds up being beside one of these two locations. And actually, you know what? Maybe leaving the town will also make Mesprit move. Like going route. Hey, here we go. He should be down here somewhere then. So yeah, we cut out the corgi's food intake. We made sure that his stomach was resetting. We were doing that. And the other thing that you have to do is make sure that there's nothing that can be tainting all that. Just the best way to say it. Alright, so somewhere around here should be a Mesprit. Oh, just surf through here. And one of the things that you have to do alongside that, jar of rose incense. Interesting. Not sure what the rose incense will do, but hey. Just cut that. Nice. And so we also had to stop feeding him all of his other stuff, like his beef cheek and his rawhides. Is it Mesprit? It is. Mesprit appeared. Go Breloom. We're trying to get heart scales. And we gotta get heart scales by getting the... Oh my gosh, okay. Bye-bye, Mesprit. But so with the rawhide that he likes to chew on is giant bone. That's been a consistent thing on this channel since day one. It's still here, but he's not allowed to chew on it until he's all good. And so all these things he's been throwing corgi tantrums over. And we've been training him and, you know, all these things. That's the reason why he just came here for a little bit. He got picked up for a little bit, he got fussy for a little bit, and he took off. We would like to think that eventually he'll be back. Much like the Tuscan Raider, but not so much. Actually, I just need to see all these Pokemon. Right? Alright. So... what all do we really have here? So we got Cherim. Oh, so we have the Cherim. We don't need the Cherim anymore, so we can switch Cherim out. So it seriously is the Finnegan evolution? Huh. That's it? Because technically we've got those two, right? Because 150 and 151 we're not going to see anytime soon. Wow. So we need... Does any trainer have Finian? Well, actually not Finian, but I remember there was somewhere that I discovered which trainers had it, right? So we are on alright. So we have the good rod. So we can't even catch this thing right now because we just have the good rod. Alright, so the question is then, right, if we go to Finian, maybe we just catch a bigger Finian. Right? That there's nothing wrong with that. Really? 25 is the highest level of Finian we can get. Okay, well, you know, could be better. And it's the same. Everywhere we look, it's the same levels. So... what we need to do... is we go down here. We fly to the Pokemon League. We go in here. And we look for the water that we know is in here somewhere, right? Because there's water down here someplace. And we are going to get very annoyed by random encounters. Something we already know. There's no way around it. Alright, here we go at Metacham. But we should be getting a decent chunk of experience points for every one of these we fight, right? Like, we bolt see this down and we'll get maybe like a level or two for Finian. Yeah, there we go, see? Because the ideal is, you know, wherever there's water, we can surf and fish and fight things. Yeah, that'll help, that'll help. Messed that up. All right, push that, push that, push that. Alright. So we need to do this. And then bust it this way. And then come down this way. And fight a Zubat or something probably. Oh, even better. Something that's going to be really painful against our Breloom. But we should be okay, right? We should still be able to just bullet seed this thing and spit it until it stops. And hopefully get another level for our Finian. So close. So close. So close. And Charon we can actually drop. We gotta remember that. Charon we can get rid of. Pokemon. Charon. Actually 2 boxes. Alright, who do we still got on Team Dream here? Alright, Slacking. We're gonna switch with Charon. Garchomp level 55. Oh, that'd be so great, right? Yeah, there we go. Boom, 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 boom. Interesting. Choke. Yeah. Yep. Da, 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 da. Level 21. This Finian's growing up pretty quick. I made it this far. Oof. Oh goodness, Turtle Club. That's way too funny. That's way too funny. So we are at a really bad disadvantage here. So we're just gonna look for what hits the hardest. So that's going to be a 50 or a 75. So we're gonna do the 75. Oh. And we know we're getting outsped. We just go with it. All right. Alright, level 22 for our Finion. Good. Water Pulse. Oh, we don't care. Here we go. Here's some water. Let's go on the water so we can go ahead and get some easier to fight things with our grass Pokemon. First thing we encounter is a Golbat. Yeah, that's great. Let's just try Bolt Seed and see how good it is. About that good. Okay. Yeah, if it hits 2 times, it's about the same as Drain Punch. And Bite is Dark type, which, yeah, this is... Oh. Yeah, we're super good with this. That's beautiful. Golbat spam is real, apparently. Let's just run. And if we're going to be meeting all these Golbats, then who are we to stand in the way of fate, right? We'll just move Manectric up there. Yeah. Alright. We'll outspeed the Golbats. Manectric's a really fast Pokemon. And we'll be able to super effective them until they are barbecued like potato chips. In a few moments, we'll be exactly at the same as if we just caught a 25. So we're doing alright. We got about 15 minutes left on stream, so we just bolt enough of these out of the sky, and we should have our last Pokemon that we need for us to get the thing we need. So bam. Alright, level 25 Finneon. And you know what really sometimes is helpful? Do we have any rare candy to make this go anywhere at all faster? The answer to that is no, Mag. Why would you have rare candy? Oh well. Alright, Thunderbolt. Bam. So about 2 fights per level currently right now for this Finneon. So we're at 24. We need to gain another 8 levels, so we need about 16 more. And yeah, we could do that. We're fighting one of these per minute. We definitely can do that. Thing is, though, is our Thunderbolts will run out, so we gotta keep that a little bit in mind. Seven more levels, so 14 more, give or take. Question is, do we have anything that has psychic abilities? I don't think we do. I do know Milotic, though, has Ice Beam, and so that's probably what we'll do, is after Manectric runs out of Thunderbolt, we'll switch to Milotic. Milotic. However you want to say it, right? Boom, boom, boom. Thunderbolt from the sky and it blows up the Golbat. Wow, we got outsped. That's interesting. Okay. Level 26 Finneon. No, we don't want to learn any new because we're trying to be fast. Hey, that was great, actually. We really don't like it usually when we're just interrupted with random battles. We're trying to farm them out as much as possible right now, right? So. Come on, fight us. Fight us, Golbats. All of you Golbats. Ooh, level 48. That's actually really nice. We still have sped it. That's even better. The 48 will be a good chunk of experience points. Not enough to level, though. That much. That much. I like how we basically just kind of like surf on the bi-barrel, right? Like, not quite hang 10, but, you know, close. Oh, level 45. That's good. Hopefully we're still hitting about 2 fights per level. Sorry, Turtle Club. Now, tonight we should be having some more Ni no Kuni. Looking forward to that as well. Getting really close to getting that wrapped up. We're currently going through the miasma. And we're about to actually fight a boss, which is even more amazing. Looking forward to that boss fight. To my best guess, we have maybe like 3 more zones in Ni no Kuni, and we'll be done. So that's the thing. Last little bit of housekeeping for those that have watched this far into the stream. You may or may not have heard that I do have a new position with my company I'll be working. That should be starting on the 20th of January. And that will be a different schedule. There's still some murkiness around how all that's going to play out and handle themselves. But in general, on the 20th, I should start working to where I'll have Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays off. Meaning that Friday Night Free-For-All is going to be making a return. The goal at this point now is to complete Ni no Kuni before we start doing Friday Night Free-For-All. And before we start streaming on Fridays. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 more streams in Ni no Kuni at best to get that completed. Last Thunderbolt, so now we need to switch to the look. Finian wants to move. Yep, we're running. Alright, we just need to get 3 more levels in like 8 minutes. Pokemon Swap. you know, we need to also start making our way out of this cave system. Machoke. Yeah, let's do this. Sure, we'll see what Dragon Pulse does to the choke. Pretty good. Max level Milotic, right? Scald it. We might be able to do the same thing with Scald on the Machoke. Let's try that. You know, Dragon Pulse knocked it out pretty good. But Scald's got more Pokemon power, so let's try that. That'll work. Well, I guess we need to rock climb our way up. And then go down. It's the light at the end of all the tunnels. Alright. I don't know why I'm going in here. We don't need to come in here yet. We got things to do. We got people to take experience points from. Circles, run around in circles. Oh, we got like just a little bit of time. Getting so close. 3 more levels. It's really more like 2.5. The Wings of Freedom. You guys looking for pilot wings? Maybe? You're currently just looking to fight things. Any other stream, Turtle Club, we would be like 3 steps, getting attacked. Oh, well, this will go really well because it'll have Sturdy. But what's neat is we can hit this with Ice Beam. And it will still one-shot it if it's not got Sturdy. And if it does have Sturdy, it's got a chance of freezing it. So close. Getting so close. We only need to fight 3 more Pokemon. Maybe 4. Oh. We're gonna go a little bit on the overtime, guys, because I really want to pick up this Pokédex. Ice Beam. Get beamed right there, Golbat. We know Scald can take this guy out, so we're gonna Scald him. Boom, boom. Alright. All we gotta do is go one more level. It's like 2 more Pokemon and we're done. Oh, we were wrong. We were wrong. Yes! Thought it was 32. It was 31. I must have read it different. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Woohoo! You know, Lumineon is really cool looking. I just don't think it's useful for anything. Alright, town map. All the way back to the professor. And BSP National Dex. Bam. Okay. Okay. Right, but how do we unlock the national dex? The first 150 Pokemon in the Sinnoh-Dex. Okay. So how do we see Pokemon number 150 then? BDSP National Dex unlock. Okay. Alright. Oh. Oh, so... Wow, okay. This game. Yeah. So, basically, you go to Celestic, and you go talk to Grandma, and Grandma shows you a photo. Right? This is Grandma's house. Oh, not Grandma's house. Grandma, where are you at? Nope, that's not the grandma we seek. We are looking for a slightly different granny. Yay, there we go. So now if we go to Pokédex, bam. It's time to go turn in our report and get the national dex. Alright, town map. Well, it's interesting, and this is where you gotta suspend belief, right, for these kind of games. But so this gentleman named Professor Rowan makes this Pokédex for this whole entire region, and then after he makes this Pokédex, what he does is he goes go off and complete it. Oh, is that Oak? Awesome, 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 awesome. Alright, alright. Ha 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 ha. Alright, alright, alright. National mode. Bam. National mode update. There we go. Well, there we go. Yeah, we're going to go to Romano's Park. We're going to go to a lot of places. We're going to go to a lot of places next week, though, Turtle Club. We have the complete Pokédex now. The Poke Radar. Ooh. Grass patches where Pokemon are lurking. Alright. Lots of really good stuff for us. Lots of super good stuff. That will be next week, though. I don't know what's in the net. Hey, we got to figure that out. The Turtle Club, I'm going to have myself a good night. I'm going to check on Rusty. He's probably hanging out with Digrat because she's usually up by now. But you all have yourself a good week. It's Monday. Tonight, we're going to have ourselves a good time when we play some Ni no Kuni. And as always, Turtle Club, you know, have yourself a good breakfast, good lunch, a good dinner. Whatever you're better to do. As always, stay safe, wash your hands, and have a good one. Take care. Thanks for watching, everybody.